Mental health for migration. What is stress?
Hey.
Hi, my name is Valentina Orosa and I am a doctor and psychotherapist by profession. In this video, you will acquire means to recognize and reduce stress. We all experience stress in our lives. Stress occurs when we face pressure, threat, change or demands. These put their strain both on the body and the mind. However, stress is not a disease, but a normal reaction of body and mind to a situation of strain. Stress is a part of life. An appropriate amount of stress is actually good for us people. It refreshes us and makes us take action. Nevertheless, long-lasting and extreme stress is damaging to the health. We people are different and our ability to endure stress varies. Next, we will hear what kind of issues may cause stress. I get stress maybe from the fact that people stress out around me. Or if I have left things undone, so then I get stress. I get a lot of stress, for example, if there are any problems in the family or at school. Things like that stress me big time. Generally, like studies stress me a lot. Sometimes if a child is sick, that brings a lot of stress. Unemployment causes me a lot of stress. Did this sound familiar to you? We all experience stress in our lives. It is important for you to identify the things that you specifically feel overburdened by. In a state of stress, both body and mind show various symptoms. When we learn to identify the messages our body and mind send us, we can learn to manage stress and decrease its detrimental effects. Next, let's listen to some pointers on how to identify that there is stress. I notice that I have stress when I don't feel like I have the energy to do anything. I feel anxious and a kind of a pressure. It feels quite bad when I can't concentrate on anything other than what is heavy on my mind. Sometimes I have a lot of stress and then I sweat all the time. I didn't sleep well, I was tired all the time, and stress made me much quieter. It paralyzes, and it's easier just to stay at home on the couch than go out to meet friends. So, everyone shows symptoms in a different way. Therefore, it is important to learn to identify how you specifically experience stress. If the stress continues for too long, recovering from it becomes harder. On psychological level, symptoms of extreme stress include, for instance, irritation, uneasiness, anxiety, and depression. Stress weakens the memory and concentration. Usually, if we have stress, we sleep poorly. The physical symptoms of extreme stress are, for instance, headache, muscular pain, and stomach issues. Often, there's a decrease on resistance levels, making one become ill more easily. It is good to keep in mind that stress also impacts relationships. Conflicts and other problems with the people who are near to us occur more often under stress. We want to be alone and do not tolerate the company of others, even if it would be good for us. Once we identify the stress symptoms, we can decrease our own stress levels. Let's listen to examples of the means to reduce stress. I just really walk and listen to music. Sometimes if I have really bad stress, maybe I go for a long run. I sing and dance, yes. I read Moomin books, go to meet my friends, perhaps for a coffee, or call home and speak with my family members, how they are doing. I take my dog and go for a really long walk and listen to music. I speak with my wife and play with my children. By doing so, my mood gets better. Talking and searching for help is the best thing one can do. I do something to help me become calm. For example, I go to a store or clean the house. My sister tells me to come to their home if I have stress. So, luckily, there are many ways to help yourself feel better. It is important to seek help if the stress symptoms have continued for a long time and affect one's own life or the life of those who are close to them. A nurse, a psychologist, or a doctor can provide help. While it's true that all people experience stress, those who have come to Finland as refugees experience it in an increased manner. Adjusting to a new country may take a long time. Familiar things and people are far away. There is a lot to learn in the new country. These issues put a big burden on the mind and drain strength. It is very common and normal that consequently various stress symptoms should occur. Often the situation in the home country and of those who are dear to us is cause for worry and anxiety. Let's listen to what kind of thoughts this evokes. I get stressed when I think about my family back there in Africa. My family, my 5 sisters and little brother are still over there at the camp. The biggest cause of stress and worry in Afghanistan are the conditions and what you see in the news. My home country's things bring me a bit of stress. But on the other hand, I think that there I can't do anything for them. And I try to overcome stress through admitting this. When I have severe stress, I go for a walk. Breathe in peace and go, for example, to the middle of the forest. I listen to the birds singing, and that relieves my feelings a lot. There are always things in our lives which we can influence and things which we cannot. Even in a continuously stressful situation, we can influence ourselves, our bodies and minds. Through our own actions, we are able to enhance our health and feel better. Do things that make you feel good. Now we know how one can identify stress symptoms and how it is possible to manage stress. Relaxation is one effective way to relieve stress. So, familiarize yourself with body, mind and relaxation, our add-on video, and see also our other videos on mind, well-being and adjusting to Finland. Thank you and see you again.